The Aztecs had a creation myth that the current sun that we have today, that we live under today, is the fifth sun, and that there was four previous suns or ages, and with the discs and the few things I found here in this Valley of the Gods with Egyptian connection. I've also seen on the Arizona Ankh, the Ankh that forms on the side of the mountain, the winter solstice. I could see that Quetzalcoatl coming down the shadow in that winter solstice time. So the mountain also looks like a serpent with something in its mouth. And so I've always put that connection together that this was Chicomotztoc, the origination mountain of the Aztecs. And lately I've been finding these sun discs, originally from the winter solstice, and now recently in the summer solstice sunrise and sunset connected to Hathor. So it dawned on me that when I counted these up, there was four. I found four sun-related discs, and possibly these are the fabled four suns or ages in the Aztec creation story. A lot of times these stories and myths were really designed to talk about a place. Here was the first one I found early on, about 6 years ago. I call it the Sun Dagger, and I wrote a little paper on it and talked about it several times. And in the morning sun comes up from the east, there's a dagger of light that cuts across the mountains. And right at the top, on the north end, there's a circle. And it's kind of barren. There's no vegetation that grows on it. I camped on it one time, and it's really it's hard to describe what that is. You'd have to have been on the top of the mountain there to peak to see it all. But with Google Earth, I can see it. Here's the sun beam goes through, and that previous scene there is Hathor, and the Egyptians saw this as well. And the Temple of Hathor in Dendera has this same depiction with the sun circle and the rays and going over Hathor's face, and it does that in this valley here too. Here's the second one I found is the Ankh forms on this winter solstice at the noon hour. And it's that circle, it's about 90 foot diameter on the side of the primordial mound here. And it looks like a pyramid in this morning sun. Once the sun moves around past noon, all the shadows go away, and it just looks like a pointed mountaintop again. That's the second one, and I connected this one to Quetzalcoatl. And it just so happens Quetzalcoatl was the second sun. The first sun was the jaguar sun, or Tetzcatlipoca, and this is the Quetzalcoatl, the second sun I found. So here's the third sun, and this third sun was, according to myth, was created and probably just, I think, destroyed by Tlaloc, the god, rain god. And this one is on the end of the Apis Bull formation, at the end of that mountain there. You can see that circle. It looks like a fan of rock there. And that's in line with Hathor and the summer solstice sunrise in that alignment. So that's the third, and it's the third in the Aztec myth or legend. So the connection is just too coincidental. It's just strange that I've kind of found these in the same order that history tells us, or the Aztec myths tell us. Here's again, this is the Hathor Valley, the formation. We're flying above the Hathor, the high peak of the Hathor Formation. And this is where the pivot point is, the intersection point between the last sun I just showed, the summer solstice sunrise, and then this one here is the summer solstice sunset, and with Weaver's Needle and Miner's Needle in alignment, they form this looks like a setting sun. And that's the feminine, with Isis and Sekhmet. Isis as Miner's Needle and Sekhmet as Weaver's Needle, both feminine deities. Also, the god Tlaloc, the Aztec god Tlaloc, his spouse or wife was the creator, the divinity of the fourth sun. And so these also happen to be feminine on the Egyptian mythologies, legends. Now after these is the fifth sun, and Tanatoa is believed to be the sun god, and then the face in the center of the sun, the Aztec sunstone here. Now, for a while, I thought that face was Huitzilopochtli, which is the war god and the sun god of the Aztecs. He's a main deity. And I always thought that was Huitzilopochtli. It may be Tanatua, as all the textbooks say it is, but the textbooks got their information from the Spaniards, the Jesuits that were trying to destroy the history of the Aztecs. So it's hard to take what you read that's actually real. Now on the four boxes on each side of that circle face there, Tanatua is the other four ages or four suns. Now, I saw this face early on, and really got me inspired to go up and look for more stuff out here. It's this cave up here at the cliff. I call it the face cave, or Tim's cave early on. Tim, my nephew, spotted this. And it's man-made. You get up close, or you look up close to it, and then in the back you can see a grimacing face in the back. See that? That looks like that Tanatua face. And that's man-made, and that's the fifth sun sign. So that's my version.